Hey everybody, it's Keith with Bob CNC. Welcome to Shop Talk, and as always, I'm with my best friend Bob.
He always laughs when he says that. I don't know why. I'm with my best friend Keith.
Yeah, it's something about having a straight face. And
Yep. Well, that hurts. That hurts really bad.
it does.
Well,
Hey, you know why we're here?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about some cool new technology.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to talk about something too, but you wouldn't let me.
that happens a
No,
lot.
go ahead. Yeah, that's
So-
my whole life.
Yeah. So if I did.
Why am I here? You don't know
I have no
either,
idea.
do you? I know, that's okay, as long as I can check.
There you go. That's the way I feel like. Yeah. All right. So if I was in one of them commercials, I would do it like this.
Yes,
There's this really neat new controller out, right? That I've been
that's why
playing
you
with.
don't do commercials.
All right. Well, that was pretty sad.
Okay,
huh?
yes,
Well,
it's a
actually,
controller,
there's this guy,
yeah.
and I think he knows Sonny, and he
Okay.
basically ported the.
For those who don't know who Sonny is,
Sonny is the lead developer of the gerbil firmware.
yes,
So this guy has got to be a genius too, because he ported, they call it,
Ford.
the code so that
Okay.
it would work on this new controller. So this is called an ESP32. So if you went out to the internet and you typed in gerbil, ESP32 gerbil, you would find this guy's site, and it's open source. And again, but he wrote this code for this thing, this chip. This chip has Wi-Fi on it, it has Bluetooth on it, and it runs amazingly fast, right?
Okay.
So now you can actually do more than just 3-axis. You could do 4, 5, or 6-axis. Plus the servo drives, and it's just like
That's
it's like
got your head
oh
spinning,
yeah,
doesn't
it's
it?
like candy. So I had to go.
So when
play
are we
with
doing
it.
a 5-axis machine?
Oh yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to do a 5-axis machine, but there's definitely some problems with that. Getting it ready for a customer or consumer. I mean, for people that understand machines and G code and software,
Yeah.
it's really difficult. As a matter of fact, there's a software that was written by a fella that he wrote macros or scripts, I guess they're called, for a program called Gmax. So it can actually do a 5-axis CNC, but it makes my head hurt every time I try to use it.
Well, for those of us who don't really have a firm grasp on anything beyond 3-axis,
You don't really have a firm grasp.
too much enough.
Yeah, okay.
That's why my chair has arms.
Okay.
Okay, but
That's
but
pretty
in
good.
any case, what would be the benefit of a 5-axis machine?
Well, I mean, a 5-axis machine gives you more capability of getting the detail on all the sides, right? So you're not limited, with a 3-axis machine, you're limited to basically having the spindle perpendicular to the
Right.
the spoil board. So you can't do really any undercuts. So if you go out and look on, they're mostly going to be industrial machines. I think there was a company that tried to make a hobby machine, but it was still in the $4,000 or $5,000 range. I think, I'm not really sure, but it was expensive. Yeah. But again, it's not really. I mean, the 5-axis machine is really cool. The problem is you got to create the CAD file for it. But I really think that's or the CAM file, the G code file.
Yeah.
I really think that's going to be the direction of the future for hobbyists. It just isn't there yet. So I'm looking into it. I mean, just playing with this chip. I mean, maybe just for my own personal machine, I could show you guys how cool it would be if you had one. Yeah. But,
Yeah, I mean, you could if you wanted to show them
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want to show
Fine.
anybody?
Exactly.
Fine,
Yeah.
okay.
So anyway, yeah. So go out for you guys that are interested and don't mind getting way over your head in programming and doing it. It's not as simple as the Arduino. There's a 4 or 5 page process to actually program it. But once you do, I haven't actually hooked it up yet because it's 3.3 volts and you need 5, and I got to buy some more electronics and get a shield and stuff for it. But I'm going to try to hook it up to my KL744. You're probably wondering why.
I am wondering why.
I knew you would ask me.
Yes. Why, Bob?
Because actually, our KL744 will move at 1,000 inches a minute, which is plenty fast,
Yeah.
right? But we actually tested it at 1,500
Right.
inches per minute. But the reason I backed it off is because of the step rate that the microcontroller could put out.
Right.
Well, this thing will put out like, what was it? The Arduino with the Uno with the gerbil firmware will put out 30 kilohertz. This one does about 170 kilohertz. So I ought to be able to reach a higher maximum feed rate, which is really cool, huh?
Yeah, light the wood on fire.
Well, not when you're cutting, but when you're making rapid moves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, if you have any CNC questions, you can get a hold of us at the help desk at bobcnc.com. And until next time, we'll see ya.